Howdy, how y'all doing? This is George the Fearless Rambler. Hoping you guys having a wonderful day. Today we're doing a Pikes Peak adventure. Come join us. One of the special things we can do up here at Pikes Peak is get the famous Pikes Peak donut. Now they're supposed to be the fluffiest donuts here on Earth. Why? Because they're made at 14,000 feet. And what I've been told, if you take these back down off the mountain, back to a mile high, 5,000 feet, these will shrivel up and become really skinny. Now Tom, one of my friends over here, he just told me that he did it with a bag and they just shriveled right up. So I am just hoping it's going to happen, so we're going to do that experiment. So this should be fun.
The Pikes Peak Highway entrance is conveniently located 15 minutes west of Colorado Springs on Highway 24, well, in Colorado. Now, we just need a plan for our round-trip journey today to the summit to take about 2 or 3 hours. The safe and scenic Pikes Peak Highway provides you an opportunity to enjoy 19 miles of mountain terrain with frequent breathtaking views, 4 unique Colorado ecosystems, and unique animal sightings.
Our first stop here at Pikes Peak, at least our journey up to the peak, is Crow Gulch Picnic Area. Now, this is just a small area that you can use some pit toilets to go and maybe have some lunch. I only see a few tables over here. Let's take a look. Here's a table over here, and over there's another table. I only see 2. There might be more than that if you look around. But if you also notice, there's some wonderful trees here. You're going to see ponderosa pine with this right over here. And if you go ahead and smell the crack, you're going to find out it's going to smell like butterscotch. Ah, butterscotch. Yep, it smells. And if you look at the blue spruce, I guess it's a blue spruce, I guess it's a spruce fir. Both of those trees grow in a more damper area. So you can just tell by the needles what it is. And if we jump over here, oh, I just changed the needles. And see, that's not a pine itself. Yep, it's a fir. And ooh, smells like a Christmas tree. I love that smell. But again, I got a picnic table here, another picnic table over there. Don't see more than this too, but it does give you a chance to walk up the hill if you want to. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next area here on our trip up to Pikes Peak. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Oh, I didn't mention, there's aspen. Yeah. If you've seen pictures of my property, go ahead and look at one of my videos on my off-grid, and we have some nice quaking aspen there. Why is it quaking? Take a listen. It's quaking. Ooh, and a butterfly. That was cool. Okay, let's head out of here. Let's head back up, and we're supposed to see some mountain sheep. Let's see if we can find them and head to a location which gives us a little bit more scenery and maybe an overlook of Colorado Springs. So yeah, let's go do it.
Pikes Peak, known as the American Mountain, is one of Colorado's majestic 14,000 footers. Yeah, it's one of the few places so grand in scale that is also accessible by the unexperienced first-hand people of all ages and abilities. On our way to get our donuts, we're going to pass by Crystal Creek Reservoir. There's a visitor center and some more pit toilets to the left, but they're closed on our day trip, so we just bypassed it. Seeing that peak in the distance, it reminds me when I was a youth, coming up here to watch the Pikes Peak hill climb, and waiting to see famous drivers like Pinelli Jones, Mario Andretti, Bobby Hunter, and of course Rick Mears, some of my Indy 500 favorites and winners. Let's listen to this 2.1 Honda Turbo Engine 2023 winner driven by Robin Shute, racing to the peak of that 12.42 miles in a record of 10 minutes and 9 seconds. There are 156 breathtaking curves and 1,000-foot drops. We're heading to the curve of the 2012 Jeremy Foley's crash, in which he did walk away.
Oh, geez. Oh, that's way worse than last year.
What fun sights to see as you're driving up this racetrack to get those donuts in the sky. What awaits us at the finish line? Scenery, beauty, lack of error, and of course, crowds.
Well, I made it to the peak of Pikes Peak. Such a long drive. Didn't have to hike it at all. It's 14,115 feet high. And if you walk down over here, you'll be able to see a great view of one of the valleys there in Colorado. Looking down towards Colorado Springs, Manitou Springs, and Denver out there somewhere. We're surrounded, if I do a panoramic here, we're surrounded here at the peak with clouds. We are at the top of a very tall mountain. There, back around. Pikes Peak Visitor Center. Here it is. To get your picture here at Pikes Peak, you have to wait in line. We wait in line to get here, wait in line driving up, wait in line to get our picture at Pikes Peak Summit. But I guess that's what you do it for. Let me tell you, this is pretty exciting. Up here with Scott, enjoying a nice little day up here. It's beautiful. It's 57 degrees here at the top. It's a little bit nippy, but not bad to walk around in short sleeves. You hear that whistle? It's a Cog Train that comes up here. $71 to take it. We didn't do that. We drove. It's $15 per person in the car. So it cost us $30 to drive up here.
By 1891, riders could sit back and enjoy the trip to the top on the Cog Railroad. In 1892, U.S. Congress established the Pikes Peak Timber Reserve.
So if you look over here, there's a cog over here, the train that brings you up the mountain. Looks like they are unloading one and loading the other one up, and looks like one's about ready to head down. It's about $71 a person to come up, and it was full today, at least the time we wanted to come up, so we drove. But yeah, that'd be something fun to go do. And it looks like a lot of people do it. Kind of fun. I would love to do that. And one day I will. Yeah, I grew up here in Colorado, and just a town just north of here in Castle Rock. And a little thought, I used to climb a lot of mountains when I was younger. And there are 50 peaks here in Colorado that are over 14,000 feet. And I found that this peak is the easiest one to ascend. Why is that? Because you get to drive right to the peak. So that's kind of fun.
Not only can you walk around that summit and get one-to-one with Mother Nature and see those magnificent views.
Wow, what a view.
There's also a Pikes Peak Summit Visitor Center that is set up for the crowds. With this picturesque grand window and stairway in the atrium, and no more pit toilets, there's flush toilets on that lower level. There's a small museum to wander through and learn some history about Pikes Peak. And a gift store to buy a few trinkets. What would you buy to remember this trip? A shot glass? A magnet? A sticker? Or even a t-shirt? Well, do me a favor. Let's talk about it. Comment below.
Some, like Lord Zebulon Pike, were enticed by the challenge of reaching its summit.
Did you take a fall up here?
So I'm training for my 22nd ascent of Pikes Peak on the Pikes Peak ascent. I train every week or every other week. I do that. And today I came across Adam, a young man, and he was having trouble hiking. We got off route at the summit, and I turned around to help him, and I misstepped and fell on my chest and my leg. But I will be back training because the race isn't for another month. So I'll be back at it. I never quit. I've broken 6 ribs, broke my leg doing stuff. I have three crushed vertebrae, and I keep going.
So there is a cafeteria here, and it said that if you buy the donuts here and take them down the bottom, they collapse. So I think we need to go find out. So why would they collapse? Now they're going to collapse because of the change in altitude. As we go from here to 5,000 feet, the air pressure is going to change, and it's going to have more pressure on them, and they'll collapse like a collapsing donut.
This cafeteria sells more than 500,000 donuts a year. They keep pretty busy up here. And it's for the donuts is why we drove up here. Are these donuts a myth, fiction, or are they true to what they advertise? The fluffiest donuts in the world. Now, we hope this precarious trip up here was worth the hype of these donuts. Certainly the price of these donuts, they must be good. Or they better be good. They are world famous.
Are they all cinnamon?
Well, one of the special things when you come up to Pikes Peak is to get the famous Pikes Peak donut. Now what's amazing about it, because of the altitude, they're supposed to be one of the most fluffiest donuts on earth. But also, you could be amazed because if you take one of these donuts back down to Mile High, 5,000 feet, they will collapse, or they're supposed to collapse and just shrink up to nothingness. Well, we're going to find out. Is this myth true or false? Now let's try this donut out. Oh. Now I got the cinnamon sugar, but it is fluffy like you can't believe. Well, it's a must-do. These are really good tasting. And they are probably the most fluffiest donut I've ever eaten. They're not lying about this part. These are kind of like a cake donut. Kind of unique in a sense because it tastes like a cake donut, but really puffed up and fluffy. Man. Now, these were, I think, $3.99 for the flavored with the cinnamon sugar, $2.99 for two of them. And then they had the special donut of the day. I didn't get it. It was $6.99. The sugar and cinnamon, that's good enough for me. Oh yeah, I like these. The donut of the day was gooey. Now I didn't get it. Maybe I should go take a picture of it, but it looked too gooey for me. I just kind of wanted more of a plain donut. See this donut? We're going to take it back down. We're going to take it down to Mile High, 5,000 feet, and see if that shrivels up. Now, it's supposed to. We'll go find out.
Let's end this trip with our last panoramic view and the valleys below. Get in the car and head off this mountain. This has been an enjoyable drive and a memorable day to file away in this old aging brain of mine. But to our surprise, there's more treats what's in store for us. The sight of a herd of Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep, the largest wild sheep in North America and Colorado's designated state animal.
Pretty cool, Mo.
Did you eat that donut? Did you eat the donut? Is the donut gone? Oh, you ate it all gone. Was it good? Was it shrunken?
We're back from Pikes Peak, and of course that Pikes Peak donut, well, when we had it up there, we were told it's going to squish really small when we got down here, and it just wrinkled a little bit.
Shrank a little bit, but I was expecting a lot more.
It should have done this, like really squished it down low. It didn't, but how does it taste? Still tastes like a plain cake donut. Yeah, our experiment failed. As Yoda says, sad and I am. And what did Yoda say?
Yes, it failed. And that's not you. I don't know what the hell that is.
Wow, that's surely been fun, going to Pikes Peak and walking around the summit. But the drive up here was just as fun, seeing this beautiful Mother Nature. You know what? Thank you for joining me today. And if you haven't yet joined and subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification bell. Give me 2 thumbs up, because this is George the Fearless Rambler, enjoying the nature, signing off.